Artists, do you want someone to get you performance opportunities, maybe even a tour? Do you want somebody to teach you about the music industry and show you how to make it big? Do you want someone to jumpstart your entire career? If you answered yes to any one of these questions, then chances are you don't need a manager. You probably just need to work harder. And I know that's the last thing most musicians want to hear. I hear from a lot of unsigned artists claiming that their careers would be so much more prosperous if they only had a good manager. And I made this video to hopefully change that mentality. Now these days, an artist manager's role, and I'm talking about artist managers here, not producer managers, isn't to make your career, it's to manage your career, and that should be obvious. Most successful artists start out managing themselves. They book their own shows, they administer their own social media, they negotiate their own contracts, sometimes with the help of a lawyer, which I recommend, and then sign with a manager once their workload becomes too overwhelming. So if you're not overwhelmed by your current workload, if you haven't done everything in your power to build a fan base, if you haven't tried everything to get shows in your region, played all the venues 10 times over, and if even your free projects aren't getting thousands of downloads online, you just need to work harder and smarter, bottom line. And that may sound harsh, but let me point out this obvious fact that a lot of people overlook that will put this all into perspective. A manager works on commission, usually about 20%. So your manager is essentially working for you. And that means if you're not making any money, your manager is not making any money. That means if you're not already making some money, and you don't already have a big following or a great work ethic that has the potential to make some money, why would a manager want to sign on? If you already have a small but promising career, then it makes sense that a manager could help that career grow into something bigger. But think of it this way, you're a business and a manager is a manager of that business. If your business isn't generating any income, if you have no customers and no products that anyone wants to buy, then you can't pay that manager. Okay, let's say you're making a little money off of your music career as it is, and a manager is not necessary. Why would you want to sign a manager and have them take 20% of what little you're getting? And yes, there are managers out there that will probably represent you even if you're not making a dime and have no fan base. But ask yourself this, why would this person want to make 20% of zero? You have to wonder if that person is truly a professional, and an unprofessional manager can hold you back or even damage your career, so be careful. But if you start by making good music, setting strong career goals, learning about marketing yourself, if you're playing shows in your region and you're building a solid fan base online, then good managers will be interested in you, and then you can pick and choose. You'll want to make sure your manager is representing you well and is ready to help you accomplish your goals, so you do need goals. Most major acts, once they get to a certain point, have multiple managers. Business managers for the finances, a booking agent for tours, a road manager for the day-to-day business, a lawyer. The point is, don't be thirsty for a manager just for the sake of having a manager. And once you've assessed your goals and seen that you've accomplished quite a few of them, and the workload has become so heavy that it's hard for you to focus on the music, then go ahead and get yourself a manager. But make sure that manager is working as hard as you are. That's why it's a good idea to know who your manager is and what he or she has done before signing on. All in all, the biggest point I want to make is that we as artists need to stop making excuses for our own lack of progress. Stop waiting for someone else to transform our careers and start taking control of our own destiny. The whole point of this entire Promoting Your Music Online video series is to show DIY artists some of the basics for marketing themselves, so hopefully they can take that information and truly become independent artists. As artists, we owe it to ourselves to be independent and to learn as much as we can about the music business and take care of ourselves. If we're not looking out for ourselves and if we're not taking control of our own lives and careers, who will? So to all the hardworking artists watching this video, I wish you much success. I hope you got something out of this perspective. Peace.